The Camino channel. Once past the arrangements, how far, how to do it, and moving, pilgrims on the Camino of Santiago get in touch with why they came. Most experience a surge of perspective. Drawn in by absence of distraction, they look over their lives from open, quiet space. They sort out what's happened so far, get clearer about the future. Pilgrims are not busy. Their minds are uncluttered, and the task is simple. Walk to the great cathedral in Santiago de Compostela in the company of like-spirited others. As pilgrims take a pause, your interviewers, Bob and Doug, find people who are thoughtful, reflective, and wise in their observations. Their stories are often dramatic and very different. The Camino quest draws out the best of humans from all nations, and we bring that to you. On location from the Camino of Santiago, the voices of the pilgrims. We're here at the Casa Morgade, about 103 kilometers short of the cathedral, and we're looking forward to talking with pilgrim Marylou and her company of Dominican Nordic Walkers, whom she is guiding on the Camino trip after having run the entirety of the Camino 2 years ago, and she will describe that to you in a very singular interview. We're very fortunate to meet her. Marylou, here we go.
And dividing 800 kilometers in 15 days came number 52, and that was the years I was going to be the next year in 2015. So I decided to run the Camino de Santiago in 15 days with doing at least 52 kilometers a day.
Wow.
Everybody thought I was crazy, of course, but I was determined to do it. I did it for a foundation in the Dominican Republic because I thought to do this amount of kilometers needed to have a very special reason, very strong reason. So I decided to help kids suffering from cancer in the Dominican Republic, and I chose 15 kids and I dedicated every day to one of those kids. I ran the equivalent of 19 marathons in 15 days.
Man, that's a lot of work.
We were raising money for them. I raised with the pilgrims 8,565 euros running, and it was probably one of the best things that I have ever done in my life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can see the emotion in your eyes, yeah.
Very strong. I made it. I think it was a miracle because when somebody asked me how did you train or how did you prepare for that, it's very difficult to explain how to train for, to run 800 kilometers in 15 days.
Yes.
So it's like you train for an ultra marathon and then you say, okay, that's it. What it comes, hoping that it will work.
That's right, because you can't really tell if something's going to happen that's going to cut it short for you, or...
Yes, I can say that I was running for 15 days. I never had pain anywhere.
Really?
I didn't suffer. I was not tired. So that's why I called, the Camino is magical.
Yes.
And miracles can happen in the Camino. When I arrived to Santiago, there was a lot of people knew that I was running because they called me, and everybody was writing it. Things came in the newspaper, the Forrest Gump, the feminine Forrest Gump, and things like that. And there was people waiting for me, and the amazing thing, there was runners waiting for me in the Camino. And I arrived to Santiago with more than 20 people running with me.
Oh, fabulous!
And I started
Isn't
by
that?
myself.
That's something.
When I arrived to Santiago at night, I didn't have any pain, nothing, but at night I couldn't walk it.
You were done.
I was done.
You were really done.
That tells you the power of when you want something.
Yes.
It's to want something really, really, really bad, or to do something with a very special reason. Your mind can make things incredible.
Now you're a coach.
Now I was living in Italy. By then, last year I moved to the Dominican Republic. I organized a race there, a very important race, which is called 100 kilometers of Del Caribe, of the Caribbean. And I have a walking school, which we walk with our poles,
Yes.
Nordic walking.
This is Nordic walking.
And this is the first time it's my first group that I'm bringing to walk the Camino from the Dominican Republic.
What a wonderful thing. Now, I just wanted to make sure we get a picture of the ultramarathon shirt because that's what kind of got us going in the first place. Here we are.
Yes.
Now, where did that shirt come from?
That was my husband, because we did her event. We did the first one.
Yes.
And when we were training for it, he got us the same shirt. It actually says, "Real guys love ultra marathon."
Yes.
But I'm a real gal.
100 kilometers here.
That's
Oh,
you know,
100
put it.
kilometers. That's
My husband got it for me, but it's really, it should say "real gal."
Yeah, indeed. It should say real gals. How fun is this?
Yeah.
So, tell me, if you would, you finished, you were sore, you couldn't walk anymore when you got there.
When everything was finished.
When you were all done.
Yeah, then of course I started feeling a little bit, sore in my legs.
Whoa, what was that?
That's good luck. That means good
What was
luck.
that? Oh wow!
A little cork just popped out of somewhere.
We found a lady in a very small, her husband is coming. In a very small house, and she said she made this liquor with from her, ¿cómo se dice frambuesas?
Raspberries. I think.
Like raspberries or something.
Oh, yeah.
And she gave us this bottle with this to drink. So.
Enséñalo.
That's good. You
is
get a little shot
chicken.
from that, eh?
How are you?
Thank you for dropping by. We're just talking about the stories of the Camino, and these wonderful ladies are telling me there. So
Oh, yes.
I'm very
yes.
fortunate I'm taking it down on camera so we can share it with other people. So I wanted to know, if you're willing, how did you feel after?
you like to-
Oh, some raspberry goof, whatever that is. Is it
Let me look for the glass.
okay? Inside, Paco will give you a glass, I'm sure. But afterward, when you were finished, and the days went by, and you'd been done for 5 days or 10 days, how did you feel about your goal and what you'd done? Did it feel good? Did it feel bad? Did it feel different?
I was very sad to finish the Camino.
Yes.
It's I think the Camino it's magical. The Camino can really change your life, but what is difficult is to keep what you achieve through the Camino, to keep it afterwards.
Yes.
And I was very afraid to lose what I received from the Camino. So how I'm gonna do now, it's probably more difficult than running the whole Camino. To keep that mood, I think I renew myself. Like a lot of people probably, material things are not important anymore, and how fast you can get again into this circle of
The normal life, kind
the
of,
normal
eh?
life.
Yes.
And I was very weak emotionally because it was so strong that of course I was crying for everything, but it's because I was kind of, in a volcano inside of me
Yes.
of feelings, and that was what worried me, how to keep this.
Yes.
And that's what I think that everybody should do a Camino every year.
I think it's great, and I think you're right that the after effects sometimes are difficult for people because you've got a big goal, you've set yourself up for that, you've done all the planning and all that sort of thing, and then it's over. And, well, now what? What happens now?
I think it's important that we were discussing exactly that it's like a spiritual retreat, that you feel you're like in heaven, you feel like everything is so beautiful, and you're like so free from all your troubles and from all your worries. but you leave El Camino and you go back home and you return to the root of all your troubles. and you return to the day-to-day, whatever you do every day, you go back to that.
Yes.
And if you don't, I think everybody needs to create their own camino wherever they live. Espérate. I think everybody needs to create their own camino wherever they live, because we as humans are faced with so much pressure, so much competition, and we really need a vehicle to discharge all of that really troubles us. And I think we need to create our own camino wherever we are.
Yes.
Where we live, we actually walk twice or 3 times a week in like the botanical garden and areas where it's very natural, a lot of trees, a lot of nice smells, and that helps a lot. It helps a lot to exert yourself, to exercise in areas where it's beautiful and the nature can inspire you, and you can come into contact with God and with whatever it is that really can help you move on and wake up every day and say, let's do this.
Yes, yeah, and feel good about life. And
Yes.
that's right.
I think that what I keep about the Camino is like when I finish, I think I became like a soul. I try that things that are no good for my soul, for me, they have just, I wash them away. They just go straight down, and it's not easy. And it's. I think I've become a much better person also.
Isn't that
and
wonderful?
I really try hard to stay in that mood. It's not easy, but I think I wish I could come every year, because there's a lot of caminos, but this is very special. Like we met just 5 minutes ago.
Just now.
This is special. It's
And now I'm about to have a special, extra special treat.
You try.
This is
That was
the...
from a day,
Raspberry.
raspberry.
Oh, gracias, senor.
Try.
So tell me what this is, who have just given
Raspberry liquor
That's from
made
a
by
lady.
hand.
raspberry liqueur. And where does it come from?
Here, close here.
Oh, you just got it up the
Get
road.
it, yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay, well, here goes. Cheers.
Try. Cheers.
Whoa. Oh, that's going to keep me up for a little while longer, I think. That's pretty nice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's really wonderful. So here you are at, I'll tell you this because this is my 4th time, so we're getting, so we know what's good and what's not so good. This is one of the best, the Bar Morgade, the Casa Morgade. So we are here, we just stayed here to gather the stories of people like you. I'm so grateful that you spent the time with me and told me your special story, because it is really brilliant. And I applaud you for bringing your crew and doing it again, even though you've done it before and you said to me you'd like to do it every year. Me too.
Just think, I stopped here because I said, I remember when I was running, this was a special place for me.
Yes.
I stopped here and I remember perfectly that we stopped to drink something, how nice they were inside with us, and then I remember how tired I was because I was arriving to Santiago, and it was very nice. A lot of people was waiting for me from Sarria runners to run, but I was already very tired and they were fresh, running. I mean, to stop in this place was for me like, good, I can relax a little bit because they were fresh, full of energy, and I was kind of a little bit tired.
Isn't that something?
So this was a very special, and I told them, let's stop here and put the stamp because I have it also in my,
Good for you. Good for you.
my passport, and I wanted to stop here again.
Well, you have a very lovely stretch from here. As you probably know, this piece down to Puerto Marin is one of the most beautiful pieces. It's just lovely. And there's another wonderful bar called the Mercadorio, just down the hill about another 5 kilometers. And it's classical music playing in the patio. It's really lovely. So make sure you stop there too. Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Douglas. So Douglas. This is mi amigo Bob over here. Bob, come on over and meet these ladies.
And where are you from?
I'm from Calgary, Canada, and Bob is from Denver.
Many people from Calgary.
Have you?
Nice
Yes.
Marylou. Nice to meet you,
Iliana.
Bob. Iliana, nice to meet you. Where are you
We've
from?
met several people, many people from Canada and several people from Calgary.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were just telling me a story about this lady Marylou has run the Camino in 15 days 2 years ago.
Wow.
And she did it to help kids in the Dominican, correct?
Really?
And she raised money and ran without injury and without soreness all the way to Santiago, and then bang, it was all collected right there, and she had to deal with the soreness.
Yes. Everything is here.
Yeah.
Everything is here because I was set up to. So my goal was Santiago. I was feeling so good that I said, okay, I will arrive to Santiago. If I feel good, then I will continue to Fisterra maybe. But my goal was Santiago.
Yes.
So I didn't have any sore, nothing. I was not tired. The crew that was following me, they were dead because they were tired from getting up early every morning. I was perfect, but when I arrived to Santiago, since my goal was Santiago, at night I couldn't walk anymore.
That was the end.
Now when we arrive to Santiago, I'm gonna finally go to Fisterra.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. That'll be great.
I didn't get to go that time.
Well, again, thank you so much for spending a time and telling us your story, and we'll give you a card, and the stories are going to go on the Camino channel on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to having them. There's a card from Bob.
Great, great.
Thank you so much
It's just great to see you.
for considering our stories.
It's a great
Our very special story.
Great stories.
You're the fastest Camino
I'm trying.
walker
I was
crazy,
talking
too.
about it, and I said I would like to pass a little bit, of this feeling of the Camino to my friends. And
French apple juice.
people, so.
And that's why we're doing this too, is because we feel that we want this sense of the Camino to pass to other people and to reach as many people as we can, because it's very special.
I've seen a lot of, because when I did it, I talked to a lot of people. Since I was raising money, I had to talk to the people. And actually, the pilgrims, they are very, the more they walk and the more they feel, this feeling of helping each other. And I met people that didn't understand what they were doing. They was just walking, that's it, No, nothing. Then I met other people that were really interested in becoming a better person. I met one funny story if you want to, is that I met a guy, he had an Italian flag, and I said, since I was living in Italy, I get close to him and I said, you're from Italy? And when he asked me where I was coming from, and I said, I'm from Dominican Republic, he went away from me and said, go away from me.
Really?
Why? I don't want to see Dominicans. I don't want to. Go away. I don't want you to walk close to me. And I said, but what happened? What did I do? I said, well, he was separating from his wife that was Dominican, and he was making the Camino because
He wanted to get over it?
problems, get over it, and I was like devil to him,
You were reminding him of everything he was doing.
Exactly what he wanted to forget, That was really.
Oh,
And
dear.
then I met fabulous people. Really, really. I got lost in the Camino.
Yeah.
And it was really a lot of good things. People that were doing it for very strong religious, and people that was doing it just to help, or people that, also me. I had my problems, and I wanted to also,
Sure, of course.
heal. And this is what is
So are
beautiful
you
about the Camino.
racing this time?
What?
Just walking.
I made a group in the Dominican Republic of 8 people, so I'm leading the guide for them.
Just to walk.
It's the first time I'm being a
With
group
the
in
Nordic
Camino.
walking.
With the Nordic walking.
So here are the poles, and this gentleman
These are
has...
special poles. They're not like the ones they sell.
Her husband. I'm her husband.
Yes, indeed.
Stay on your hands.
Oh, I
And
see.
there's a special technique that you use more muscles than if you were just walking.
Really?
This was developed in the Nordic countries, where in the months where they didn't have snow, they wanted to continue practicing. So they developed this and they've perfected it through the years. And it has it's a technique which you should do exactly the way, like your right foot goes with the heel, the back is with the point. And then you need to keep your arms in a certain position.
Can you give us a little demo?
She can. She'll do it perfect.
You use less your knees.
It's less stress on your articulation.
You walk a lot with your arms.
Oh,
So it's very
Support
good. You don't.
the body with the arms.
Really?
And at the same time with one leg,
Yeah.
like this.
It's good for people
And
that
the
have
other
had
is
some
the
kind
same.
of
It's like cross-country skiing.
Yeah, it's
And
like cross-country skiing on the.
you can walk a lot with this.
you burn more calories, and it's
Not that we need
easier.
it. Not that we need to burn more calories.
you look
but,
like you're pretty
It's-
keeping it down.
Some
That's
of us need
good.
to burn more calories.
Well, before we have
Don't
the,
say who, eh? Let's not say who.
before we have the demo, and I think we should have a demo.
Oh, you know what we can do? The demo could be when
are you
we're walking
drinking?
away.
Okay.
And there they go.
Thanks to Pilgrim Marylou and her group of Nordic Walkers for sharing their story with us on the Camino channel, Voices of the Pilgrims. We're also grateful to the Casa Morgade, Kilometer 103. Make sure you stop in there on your way through. It's a wonderful spot. And please subscribe to the Camino channel on the subscribe button just below so that you can share the next upcoming episode with us in the next week or so.